Oh yes, guys, it is Friday night and we are just getting the party started here. We're in Crankworx, France, and Les Alpes. My name is Tristan Merrick. Joining me, he's gonna help break down all the action, Cam McCall. Cam, how are you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good, Tristan. Stoked to be up here in the booth with you to watch some Pump Track Challenge action.
Yeah, it is all about Pump Track Challenge tonight, presented by RockShox. We had DS&S earlier on today, but it is now some more head-to-head racing format, but no judges. It's just the clock. It's just you and one other rider. It is Friday night. I keep getting caught up here. I'm like, what day of the week it is? But sun's going down, but we've got the lights out. The track is lit up, but the crowd full capacity here. Everybody from every far reach of the village is here. I mean, Cam, what an amazing and surreal environment that we're in here.
For sure, it's so cool to be here for our first day of competition here, 2015 Crankworx Les Alpes. It's all about head-to-head battles, like you said, and we're going into the Pump Track Challenge here now. But, you know, any excuse to come out here to the Alps, we jump at the opportunity.
Yeah, well, the sun is going down right now. This is from a little bit earlier on, giving us just an idea of what really goes on here. You got endless kilometers of single track. You got snow in the background. We got skiing and snowboarding going on right now.
Yeah, it's a four-season resort out here, and you can come out in the summertime and kind of do everything you'd want to do, even in the winter, plus all the great summer activities like golf, paragliding, mountain biking, but you can get up on the glacier and ski or snowboard as well. So really something for everybody out here.
Yeah, very much. You got this picturesque village on the side there. So what is Pump Track Challenge? What is that for the fans out there tuning in at home, Cam?
So if you guys are all familiar with BMX racing, it's basically similar to that. Rollers, berms, jumps, but it's all in a loop, and you do multiple laps. So the great way Crankworx puts it together is a head-to-head format where there's two courses, and they drop in and basically rip a lap on that thing, and it's like slalom format where we had in DS&S where one starts a clock, one stops it, and you're looking at that differential.
Yeah, they are on trying to have identical tracks there, but there's no pedaling really involved. You kind of come out of the gate, you put one pedal stroke in, and it's all about your body strength and your core strength.
Yeah, the speed generation is mostly done by putting your bike in the right spot. Pedaling can give you some speed sometimes, but it's mostly just for getting up to speed if you lost it. The best way to keep going fast is to just generate it on the downslopes, like if you were on the playground on a swing, kicking your legs in and out to generate speed. That's how they're doing it on the pump track.
That is one great way of breaking it down. What kind of equipment are they using? Are they just using regular old bikes, or what is the specialty here?
I think the steed of choice for Pump Track Challenge would be a hardtail. You don't really need gears, so maybe a single speed hardtail. You don't really need brakes, because ideally you're not touching them, so maybe just one brake. Hardtail, single speed, one brake. That's the steed of choice.
Yeah, well, we've got another member of the team here. She is down on the ground. She's been giving us the inside scoop all day long, and she is not going to stop with us right now. Let's send things down to Tina.
Well, thanks, guys. And as we all know, there are so many different events at Crankworx, and the riders can compete in more than one event. Now, to reward all that hard work, at the end of the season, Crankworx has created the Queen of Crankworx, and that's the total accumulated points over all three stops, Rotorua, Les Alpes, and Whistler. Now, in 2014, Pump Track, Les Alpes, was the very first time they actually held a women's division, and it was a small pool of women that showed up. This year, that is not the case because of the Queen of Crankworx. We have some of the top women riders who will be competing here tonight. There's a lot of valuable points online. Annika Berton is here, Tracy Hanna is here, not to mention AC Chusson here to prove her endurance. Guys, it is going to be a very exciting event.
Yeah, thank you, Tina. That is some great insight right there. And we can't wait to see what's going to happen and how things are unfolding. And then again, those ladies, nothing but big names. And how cool is it? We've always had King and Queen of Crankworx. Now we have the King and Queen of the entire series here with all three stops.
That's an amazing feature to have, and you can see it's getting people to come out to Crankworx and compete in events that maybe you wouldn't normally see them at other events. And Caroline Chasson, such a legend, so many downhill wins to her name. Now she's out here mixing up with the girls in the pump track. Really cool to see. Yeah,
some great equality that they have here at Crankworx. But this is Friday night. We've still got lots going on all weekend here. We've had our first event earlier on today at DS&S. Of course, now Pump Track Challenge presented by RockShox. And that is now. We are in the live. We are on the World Wide Web, crankworx.com. That's where you can check everything out. But of course, tomorrow, that is the one you do not want to miss. Crankworx Les Alpes, slope style, stop number 2 on the World Tour. Only Brett Reeder has the keys for that Triple Crown if he can make it happen tomorrow and a Whistler. And then, of course, Sunday, all about DH racing. It's the downhill presented by IXS. Cam, you and I are going to swap roles. You're going to be hosting that, and I'm going to be breaking things down for all the fans out there.
Absolutely. You're the expert in the race world, so I'm excited to watch that racing and hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go. You get a great view of that track. You got the line down the center, but let's rewind the clock. Let's check things out at stop number 1 of Crankworx. Let's go back. Let's see what happened in Rotorua.
I'm driving down the road, baby. Yeah, I'm down the road, baby. I'm coming down to you, coming with you. I wanna go with you. I wanna go with you. I wanna go with you. I'm driving down the road, baby. It's a lovely, 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 lovely road. Lovely, 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 lovely road. I'm running down the road, baby. I'm driving down the road, baby. Just coming down to you. Yeah, I'm down the road, baby. I'm coming down to you. I'm driving down the road, baby. It's a lovely, 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 lovely road. Lovely, 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 lovely road. I'm running down the road, baby. I'm driving down the road, baby.
I'm Joost Wickman from the Netherlands. Normally I'm doing 4-cross, 2013 World Champion, and just doing pump track for fun. Course is pretty fun. It's a bit short compared to Whistler, but it's great fun to ride. But that's a good thing about, I think about the pump track challenges at Crankworx. It's like, it's good for the audience to see like a head-to-head battle. So yeah, I like it. It's crazy. Like, I was up against a Kiwi, so obviously the crowd was on his side, but still they're cheering for everybody. Like, perfect crowd.
And we just raced the pump track! Woohoo! It's awesome. From the moment I saw the track, I was like, I really liked it. Not a lot of corners, but a lot of pumping, and yeah, I enjoyed racing here tonight. I'm pretty stoked that we have 3 of these events this year, and I'm going to ride them all. And I think it's a good thing for the mountain bike sport. You know, we all come together with all kind of disciplines, and we all have a great weekend hanging out and riding bikes.
Oh, man, Cam, I said it earlier, and I don't mean to touch on it again, but it just feels like we were there yesterday, man. It gives me the chills watching anything from New Zealand, and I'm excited to go back there again. But that's next year. That's next year.
No doubt about it. Watching that recap, it feels like that action-packed night was just yesterday. And, you know, I guess a consolation, it's over. It was 4 months ago, but we got another round happening right in front of our eyes right here in Les Deux Alpes.
Yeah, we've got ourselves another nighttime event. That's what Crankworx Whistler started with back in the day, and that's what they continue to take at every stop wherever they go all over the world. So again, RockShox Pump Track Challenge is coming up. We're getting the riders locked and loaded. They're getting set up in the gate there to get ready for tonight. You got to put some clothes on. It is getting a little cooler. For you guys at home, this is your chance. Grab a cold drink. Make sure you guys are ready to check out all the action tonight. It is your RockShox Ultimate Pump Track Challenge here at Crankworx Les des Alpes.
It's serious. All capital letters and numbers. These usually mean business, and that's fine. Sometimes it is. What we realized is this One by World is a dedicated approach to making everyday riding simple and smart. Whether you're an enduro specialist, slopestyle dominator, World Cup winner, or me, a mountain biker, One by is for everyone.
It's crazy to see those shots there, that highlight reel. Can you remember a picture of Troy Brosnan without long hair? Well, you can look at that highlight reel when he was on the podium. He has no hair on that head of his.
No, he's got no hair now, huh?
Well, no, he's got long hair, man. He's
okay.
farming that thing hard. Him and his mechanic, Aaron, they've been growing it out.
I'd be worried about wind resistance. Downhill, lots of hair.
I know. I think we're going to have to...
I'd say skin suit and buzz it.
He's been hanging out in Worcester. I'll have to have a chat with him next week about maybe cleaning that top off so he can finally get a win here on the World Cup. So you guys are seeing some in-depth looks of the berm there, but this is our start list here. We've got our pro men, so many big names. Neil Stewart, last year's whip-off champion. Thomas Lemoyne, he is out there. Bernard Kerr, see what kind of, if he's tired, worn out. Sam Reynolds again, Laurent, all these names that we saw from earlier on. One guy, though, wild child, Eddie Masters and Matt Walker, the Kiwi bunch there.
Yeah, I think we have both the Walkers brothers in there. We got, or Masters brothers. We got Win Masters and Eddie Masters.
Yeah, we've got a few that we got some big names. Mark Scott, enduro guy, so he's decided why not come on down, check things out. Mick Hanna, Rupert Chapman, and your number one qualifier there, number two qualifier, Just Wickman.
How about that? He's coming fresh off of that win in Rotorua.
He is coming fresh off that win. He wants that title. He wants to win all three events. We know we'll see him in Worcester, and it's like, why not? We set the standard here at Crankworx. They put on great events. This pump track is no exception at itself. Again, it's getting lit up. The sun's just starting to go down here. The crowd's really forming, and we've got our first set of riders in the gate.
There's a great shot for you right there.
Yeah, looking a little calf muscle. It's Thomas Lemoyne, Neil Stewart. You only get one pedal stroke. It's all about the core strength here. So they're racing up against the 2x4. There they go.
All right, we're off and running. It looks like we had Neil Stewart kind of not realize he was supposed to start dropping in and pumping. Thomas Lemoyne leaving the gate at the right time. And wow, that's definitely a tight corner right there from pump track. You got to really paint the right line to carry the speed.
Yeah, not much of a return on that. So we're seeing the berms being a little bit slippery there.
Well, Neil Stewart actually caught up pretty well considering that he was looking the wrong way when he was supposed to be dropping in. Thomas Lemoyne got out there right on time, but yeah, both of them having a little bit of trouble in that tight, flat corner.
So the time difference, the maximum time difference, doesn't matter if you're beat by 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or 2 seconds, 1.5 Cam. That will be the maximum difference that we're going to see here this evening between both riders.
That's a good max differential. At the DS&S, we didn't have a tight max differential like that. So if you crash, you got to get right back up and keep going. Here, if somebody had a mechanical, then at least they know the most they could get beat by is 1.5, and they make it up in the next round when they switch courses.
So we got the rubber band here. It's in one hand. Harry Malloy from Great Britain, Julian Lukey We got the red, we got the blue.
Let's see if this crowd gets behind Julien Luque here,
Again.
representing France.
Yeah, that is the biggest thing, right? We saw it in New Zealand. We saw how the New Zealand fans really just attach themselves to each and every Kiwi rider. And there's no doubt we're not going to see it here in France. So the jump out of the gate there, going around the outside. It's looking a little slippery in those berms, though, because they freshly watered it. And that white
corner
line
is so tight. It's got to be so tough to carry enough speed out of that thing. You have to brake real heavy before it.
Almost looking like you have to kind of do a little manual stop there, try and kick the back wheel around. So Harry Malloy coming in second there. So .61 is the time he needs to make up going into that second run. So we're going to rip through our brackets fairly fast here in our first heat. Try and get through everything. They get one run on one side, one run on the other side. Exactly what we saw earlier on today with our DS&S with that format.
More the same, just completely different, right?
More the same, completely different. We gave the judges the night off. You knew they were kind of a little bit tired from earlier on today. But we've got our gold medalist from earlier on today, Bernard Kerr there. Surreal in the other side there, in the blue.
Well, let's see how Bernard fares against a rider representing France. He's going to have the crowd behind him.
So again, they pump in and they get a roller into that right. Some more rollers, then into a left, then coming down that stretch there.
Oh, look at that technique, the rally turn. Bernard Kerr was kicking the bike out to the left so he could set up for that left-hand corner.
Little Scandi skid there coming into it, little counter steer.
Bernard Kerr coming across the line first by .54 over Cyril from France.
Yeah, just a little bit of time difference there. Stuff he can make up, though. I mean, all it's going to take with that one tricky corner is somebody kind of, you know, blowing a shoe, blowing a gasket there, sliding out. And it doesn't look like, I know in some events in the past, they kind of have an unwritten rule where you're not supposed to pedal because none of the riders have really pedaled out of that corner. They've just been doing a skid and then generating their speed. But I wonder if Kerr's got the right method there with kind of a little kick out inside skid to the left, and then turn to the left kind of method.
I like that. At the end of the day, it's a race. Doesn't matter if it's called skid track, pump track, pedal track. You do whatever it takes to go as fast as you can and beat that guy next to you.
He didn't say jump track.
Yeah, no jumps on this track.
Well, you might be able to double some stuff up here. Sam Reynolds, we'll see if he's still feeling fresh from earlier on there. Coming down that, got the method there.
At the halfway point first, Sam Reynolds, it looks like he's got a hefty advantage entering into the finish straightway.
Yeah, we got the white line painted down there. I know in Whistler last year, we kind of had to put the line in there just to keep riders from crossing over because the riders were coming so fast out of the berm. It's like jumping into oncoming traffic when both of them are going for it neck and neck. Sam Reynolds out coming away with that maximum advantage and going into that next run right there.
Well, it looks like Sam isn't too tired. He looks like he's motivated and all warmed up from the DS&S finishing that he had earlier.
Do you think Sam has any expectations? I know he enjoyed himself at his pool party that they threw down in the pits earlier on this week, and then he's got a podium now. Do you think he's just kind of like, oh, whatever, I'm just going to have fun with it? Or?
Well, from his interviews, he just sounds like he's having a blast and enjoying every minute of it, and podiums are icing on the cake for him.
So Adrian Larone and our next rider in the gate right there. Simon Luque in that one. So again, things are tight. They're getting the skid around in the corner, but getting stalled out a little bit right there. They got to get that speed generated back up to full. Simon Luque trying to come up there. 1.12. So Adrian Larone taking the win there in run number one. So again, 2 runs here, people. 2 runs is all it's about in this first heat.
Watching that run, I gotta wonder if maybe you're right, Tristan, about having some sort of no pedaling rule, because Adrian came out of that corner and he obviously needed speed. There wasn't a roller to use to get speed, and he wasn't pedaling, so it just led me to believe that maybe there is some sort of rule.
Yeah, it was looking like it back up in the gate. We've got our next riders racked and stacked. Different thing we're seeing here. I know, like Whistler, we have a huge, big drop in here. We got a 2x4 jammed in. You just do a little track stand with your handlebar against it. Got the rubber bands pulled on either side there to make sure things are fair for both of our riders.
Very high tech right here.
A little French duo here, Fabien Seller, Omri Magnin cruising down. It's looking like we got a battle here as they're coming down that stretch.
You can close your eyes until you got 2 French riders on course right now. All those horns going loud. These guys are neck and neck at the halfway point.
Very close. Oh, pulling it out. Fabien pulling it out there, a .90. Helmet falling off the back of his head there and all.
Amari coming across the finish line first. They were definitely close at that halfway point, but Amari was able to juice something out of that last roller section.
Yeah, juicing it out on that as well. There you go, coming out. And again, you're getting a little bit of a double in there. You can get some doubles and you can generate speed. I mean, that is the whole plan here. And we got the Kiwi in the gate, Eddie Masters. This guy, no stranger to doing things on a downhill bike and doing it his own way. We saw him a few years ago as a privateer racing, you know, big name and downhill events with a leather bomber jacket undone or Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, these brothers, Win and Eddie Masters, man, they're all about fun. You can watch their videos and tell they just love being on bikes and they don't take anything too seriously. But man, they got the game to get on the podium if all works out.
Guillaume Rimbert on that left-hand side, Eddie Masters on the right. We got a battle. Eddie, though, falling behind. He's getting it. He nailed that, though. Is he going to be able to pull up and pull the advantage here coming back into that? Guillaume, neck and neck right here, coming into the line. 0.12.
That was so tight.
So tight there. Eddie needed to come back on that next run there. You know he's going to have some fun with that. You know he's going to want to try and squeak one out there into that next heat.
Both of those guys handled that flat corner at the halfway point so quick.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. The early on riders, Cam, they're going to have a look at it. William Robert, Matt Walker. Matt Walker, part of Team World here on Annika Burton's team for France versus the world here. Will France win? Will they lose to the world?
Matt Walker, we saw him out at Rotorua. He did quite well as well.
Yeah, we did see him at Rotorua. He got second here last year.
Oh, he's doubling. Matt Walker carrying tons of speed, but they are neck and neck into that halfway point. Oh, Matt Walker just kind of roosting a little bit too hard on that one. Man, it's easy to be magic or tragic on that corner. You can gain so much, but you can also throw it all away.
Rooster's gonna roost. Matt Walker coming across the line there. 1.28 down. That's what it's saying here. Well, or sorry, William Robert, sorry, 1.28 down. Matt Walker making easy work of that. And no fluke why Annika Burton would have not chosen him to represent, because he's been so consistent at the pump track. But again, the competition just getting warmed up here. The riders just getting into their first runs of our first round. The fans going crazy. We're gonna go crazy. We want you guys at home to go crazy here. It is all about the pump track here, presented by RockShox at Crankworx Les des Alpes.
It's serious. All capital letters and numbers. These usually mean business, and that's fine. Sometimes it is. What we realized is this One by World is a dedicated approach to making everyday riding simple and smart. Whether you're an enduro specialist, slopestyle dominator, World Cup winner, or me, a mountain biker, One by is for everyone.
Well, first runs were in the mix right now. Cam, riders still in that first heat. And that's all about pump track tonight. We saw the DS and S earlier on today. A lot of crossover athletes. Seeing Josh Lowe here and Brian Regner. Brian, I know he's out actually doing a RockShox product launch earlier on today for the new Lyric, and now he's out here doing pump track.
Long day for him, and it's not over yet. He's got to make it out of this round.
Yeah, exactly. 2 runs. They got to do 2 laps as well. He's kind of getting caught up. He's getting sucked behind a little bit on this one. But Josh Lowe just squeaking out there, 0.15. So he's got a bit of an advantage over Brian into that next one. And you can't help but think, I mean, local kids, we go everywhere with the Crankworx World Tour here. Local kids always seem to do quite well at this event, eh?
Yeah, the pump track is awesome. It's something really relatable. Everybody rides it or has ridden one at one point in time, and there's a lot of pump tracks going up in communities. So it's something that anybody who's out here for any other event, if they happen to bring a hardtail along as well, might as well get in the mix and, you know, put your name in the hat to try to get another podium.
How many pump tracks are in your community?
There's quite a few, actually.
You don't know off the top of your head how many?
Well, I've only been there for a few months, so, and I'm not that good at math, so counting pump tracks really isn't my forte.
All right, Maxime and Max here. Maxime and Max duking it out.
That could get confusing.
We could get a little tongue twist. It's like you and Zink when we're talking about things. But Maxime with the advantage over Max here, nailing that corner and getting back up to speed here. We're getting some great views, pumping around the inside of that.
Oh, there we go. He thinks he's in DS&S, throwing out that big old knack-knack one-footer type of thing.
Max Warshawski, 0.94.
Maxi win, yeah!
There we got there. Win Masters, Wheelie Win hanging out in the background.
Causing trouble.
Nobody can wheelie a bike like Win Masters.
The Wheelie Win.
Wheelie Win.
We got Stoppy, Bernard, and Wheelie Win.
Yeah. I mean, Win's just like, his are so next level. Like, it's crazy what he gets up to. I mean, Bernard, I'd like to see something about stopping on your front wheel leads me to believe there's a fail compilation out there. Benoit and Michael in there next. Another France duo battling it out. Benoit, we saw him earlier on today with them shorts on, getting into the corner, but things looking a little even. He's stalling out on that one, Cam.
What do you think? The shorts giving him an advantage. He's got a little bit less wind drag. It doesn't seem to be working.
Looking like Michael took that one right there. Benoit 0.29 back.
It may have been the shorts.
Must have been the shorts. I don't know. Michael's got a sweet race jersey on there, doing it for all his sponsors. We've got some pretty sweet crowd in the background there. Mark Scott there hanging out again. Another one of the Maduro guys. He just likes to ride bikes, as everybody does. We saw a little push off the start there by Jeremy Severin. We saw him earlier on as well, but Mark Scott with the advantage.
But look at this, not pedaling, just waiting to climb up that roller before he can accelerate down the downside.
Speed. We got a race here. We got to race down that final stretch.
Oh, does that count? Does that count? You have to cross that sign.
It seemed like they were dead even, but it showed up 1.50.
Well,
let's have a look here. Let's have a look. He crossed the line. Oh, he didn't really take the timer. It's right there on that final roller.
Got to explain the 1.5 then.
You can't jump over the beam. You need to make sure you go through the beam. That signals that you've done your race.
Jumping over the beam looks awesome, but when you get your score, it doesn't feel awesome.
No, you're like, what just happened? I did finish my lap. So our next stack of riders there.
Look at this smack talk going on here.
Have we seen some smack talk between Remy Morton and Coco? Coco last year, he got 4th. You know he is wanting to go for more, and he is on the Team France there. He is Team France here for the World Challenge that we've got here.
Remy Morton is fun to watch ride a bike, man. Look, he's very efficient. He hangs out of the Gorge Road jumps in New Zealand. And you talk to the locals out there, and they always say he's one of their most favorite guys to watch ride a bike.
Long hair, don't care. He is doing it his way here. Things are looking pretty close. They're into that final berm down the stretch, but Remy Morton coming across first with a 0.30.
The efficiency paid off. He was putting his bike in the right spot, and there we go, through the finish line first.
Doing it for that United Polygon team there. He's got the whole crew out supporting him here this weekend. It's Friday night, though. What a great way to get the weekend going, Cam. Like, if you lived up here, you're working up here, you finish work at 5, you're coming out. Crankworx is in your backyard for the 4th time. Sun's gone down. What a great way to start the weekend.
Good way to hang out, fun little fun competition. But once it gets heated up and they start cutting out these brackets, we're getting down to the final 8, final 4, and you know, it's less fun and more serious. But right now, we're still kind of chilling. Everybody's just getting into the flow of it.
Anthony Roche and Just Wickman. Taking the win there back last year.
You know, when we were listening to that piece from Rotorua, Just Wickman was saying it was really tough going against a Kiwi in the final round because the crowd was so behind him. Well, starting out in the first round here, he's up against a French rider, so he's going to be, they just swapped him out of the gate.
Swapping some gates here. So Stays strong group there. So Hugh Wickman is your Rotorua champ. Last year's champ here at France isn't around, Brendan Fairclough, but Mick Hanna, Rupert Chapman, Australia versus New Zealand. Do you think there's any animosity here, Cam? Nobody likes, a Kiwi doesn't like to be called Australian, an Australian doesn't like to be called Kiwi.
Well, that's like, you know, sometimes I get called Canadian. I'm sitting up here next to you in the box, so, you know, we duke it out every once in a while. But, you know, aside from being Kiwi and being Aussie, one guy in board shorts and one guy in jeans, that's about as far off in attire you could imagine.
Sick
Let's see what's
Mick.
faster.
Sick Mick, the powerhouse here. He's nursing a hand injury from earlier on this year, but making easy work of that, getting 1.40. For me, though, Cam, it's just great to see Mick Hanna back out on the bike. It's
Yeah,
never good to see him on the sidelines. We saw him here on the sidelines last year with a shoulder injury, and it was up in the air if we were going to see him on the sidelines again this year.
Yeah, I caught up with him a little bit yesterday. He was saying that his hand's bugging him. He's trying to heal that thing and get it back up to speed for the last few World Cups, but he can't miss Crankworx. He's a staple out here, and to go around and pump some berms, he wasn't going to miss it.
No, not at all. But back in the gate, your Rotorua champion in the pump track, which means he's leading the points right now. Hugh Wickman coming out of the gate there. 4-cross specialist. We've seen him in a couple Enduro World Series, and he is back. He's on his back foot.
He's getting smoked by Anthony Rochi right now. And that's amazing because this is the first round. So, you know, Hughes qualified in second. Anthony qualified not in second. And bingo, he qualified, well, that can't be right. He qualified 42nd. But basically, he just put it to Hughes Wickman, our champion from Rotorua. And that's quite unexpected, but maybe that's what happens when you got your home crowd cheering behind you.
That is exactly it. You got to harness the people, man. We saw it in New Zealand. You use the people behind you, power to the people, and that can get you on the podium there. And there's the people right out there right
dancing
now.
crowd. Look at that.
She even brought her own megaphone. I mean, I wonder if she got the Brett Tippie edition there to, you know, harass the crowd and get everybody involved.
Everything helps. I remember, oh, this guy, I don't want to know what he's doing next. In Rotorua, we actually had a wave going through the crowd. They're all sitting in a circle, and a big wave went around the whole thing. So as things get heated up here tonight, we may see another wave. They're already dancing and shaking their rear ends and flashing the big megaphones. You never know.
It is a Friday night party. It is a Friday night party. So riders looking on here again. We can't touch on it enough. Picturesque. We're in France. We're in the Alps. And more importantly, we're at stop number 2 on the World Tour, Cam.
This is the type of place I just want to play Frisbee. You want to play Frisbee out here? All the green grass, the
just don't throw past those houses over there because you may not ever get it back again.
But imagine how far you could watch it fly. Oh, here we go. They're off.
Okay, so we are back into our first set of riders here on their second run.
Thomas Lemoyne going quick.
Going quick there, getting doubles as well. Generating speed, so no pedaling. It is all in your core strength, but Neil Stewart manualing up there. But again, you've got to remember the graphic kind of changes as they swoop around coming across the finish line there. So Thomas Lemoyne, he was on the inside with the win there, even though it showed him on the left-hand side across the finish line.
Thomas Lemoyne basically won that at the halfway point. He had such great exit speed on that really difficult corner and was able to get right into the rollers immediately after that corner, whereas Neil kind of was just hopping, trying to make it to that next roller without pedaling, and that's definitely where he lost the race. Thomas Lemoyne won it right there, and I don't know, that's definitely something they should be focusing on for each round here. That's a clutch part of the track.
Back into it, Harry Malloy and Julian Luki there. These riders, again, the second runs right now in our first heat. Lots of competition to go here. It is your Pump Track Challenge presented by RockShox. And what do we got here is Harry Malloy getting high in that one.
And he was getting high. Almost putting his front tire over the berm there. That would have been a way to end his night real quick, but he's back up and running.
He's getting close on that one again.
Maybe that's just how he does it.
Maybe he needs to see what happened to Eddie Masters in Rotorua. You go too high on them berms. Well, that was a quick way to miss that race, and races coming up right there.
It's a good way to get stitches in your chin as well.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that.
Oops, sorry.
Advice from Cam. There's things what would you want to do?
What would I want to do?
What would you want to do?
On that berm?
Yeah.
I would want to ride it right in the middle.
Right in the middle?
Not loosen up the back tire, carry as much speed out of it as I can. That's what I would want to do. What would I actually do? I'd probably dive inside and completely lose traction and get stitches in my chin.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you don't want to do that. That wouldn't be fun. That's not a way how you start your weekend off here.
Gives you something to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're in the heat of things right now. Our riders hanging out. Our champion from earlier on today, Bernard Kerr. He won run number 1. He's in run number 2 now. Let's see what's going on here. They get the snap. Bernard there getting a little bit of a jump on that one.
Bernard, he wants to have excess baggage fees when he flies home. That's what he wants. He wants so many medals that it costs him a gazillion dollars to hop on that airplane. That's what he's working for right now.
Well, good thing we give him oversized checks to pay for them medals to take home at the end of the day.
Yeah. They probably charge you to put those on the plane as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's oversized. And you have overweight, sir. How will you be paying for that? Well, do you take this novelty check?
Yeah, exactly. Direct deposit so you can pay for all your medals to go home.
Yeah, exactly. So we're seeing riders, some of them rocking full face, some of them walking BMX lid. I mean, Cam, is that just personal preference or?
Well, me being as somebody who likes to put their tire over the berm and get stitches in their chin, I'd go with the full face. Cover as much of that as you can because it's most likely hitting the ground.
We've got to protect that beautiful face of yours now that you're in the booth with us.
Oh, it's got enough scars on it already. It's all good.
Joseph Connell, Sam Reynolds with the full advantage after run number 1 there. They've swapped sides.
Oh, getting a little wobbly.
Getting tied up there, looking like he really wanted to put in a pedal stroke. Caught himself on that one. There they go into that technical corner.
Speed, yeah, having to do the little hop. We should come up with a name for that.
Seems like everybody's got a bit of a style down that works for them, though.
The hack hop. If you hack the berm, you got to hop to get to the next roller. It's the hack hop.
The hack hop. There.
Say that 10 times fast.
Hack hop, hack hop. I can't even. 3 times there.
Hack hop. Happy to see you too.
So Joseph Connell, not enough right there, which means Sam Reynolds will be going on to our next round. Riders just hanging out patiently, waiting for their turn.
You know, it'd be cool. We should have another championship, see who can advance out of the most brackets in all of Crankworx. If you're doing the speed and steez, you're doing the pump track, you're just eating away at those brackets. Right now, how many do you think Sam Reynolds has gone through?
Oh, he's definitely beaten a few people here already today. Simon Lukey, Adrian Lerone, they're back in it. Adrian with the full advantage on that one.
Look at that number 1 plate on his bike too. That looks fast.
Showing nose, yeah. I mean, you got to think that. Did you ever get a chance to run the number 1 plate in any of your contests?
Only when I accidentally grabbed it on accident. I'd take the number 4 that I was given and just cut the other bar off of it, and then it looked like a 1.
Well, my mom always said I was number 1, and Adrian Lerone's got the number 1 plate on there as well.
Number 1 and a face for radio, is that what she said?
Oh, man, yeah, you know it, dude. You know it. You grew up in the same household as me then.
Adrian Lerone carrying good speed, not having to do the hack hop.
No, he is getting back up to speed here, enjoying himself.
Out of all the runs in DS&S and pump track so far, I have not seen him make one slight mistake.
No, he has been firing. He's on a point here today.
I would let him do surgery on me.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
I'd let him do the stitches in my chin.
You guys are mountain bikers. You guys are mountain bikers.
He's not even, look at that. He must have made a mistake that only he noticed because he was giving himself a thumbs down.
Oh, man.
He's got high standards.
Well, he is French, so why not? Have a high standard because he wants to set the standard. He wants to walk away with that win. Our next set in the gate here, getting the track stand.
Fabien Cellier and Amaury Magnin. I'm trying to pronounce them as you would if you were French. I'm giving it a whirl.
Hey, we've got our North American tongues. We don't got our French tongues here.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, eh? So Fabien there with the disadvantage. He's got some work to do here if he wants to pull up and pull even into that next round. And the biggest thing with pump track is you got to get the flow. You got to get your timing right over the rollers. You got to get to that backside.
Listen to the crowd.
It's getting wild out there.
Oh, Fabien rolling through the line first by 0.95 over Amaury.
But look at the advantage there. Barely much going on.
It was close when you consider both rounds. That was really tight. 0.05 did I see?
That's why if we have the 2-run format, just because you get your first run in doesn't mean that is enough. If you have a bubble on that second one, it's that never say die attitude there. You gotta make sure you're pushing.
Ain't over till somebody sings, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you might be singing a solo later on. Eddie Masters, though, and Guillaume Rembert.
Keep your eye on this guy, Eddie Masters. These Masters brothers are full of surprises, always entertaining.
They're in highlight. The biggest thing is they are so educated. I mean, Eddie Masters has a business degree. Does something. There we go. There we go. We've seen a new style, a little like a bunny hop at the top, using it like a quarter pipe. He didn't even stall out one bit there.
We came up with that idea for the hack hop. If you use the hack hop right, it can actually be a benefit. He hopped before the exit of that berm, and he used that.
His bro just cheering him on right there.
He liked it.
So has he shown a is the cat out of the bag on that one? Look at that, just boom. Wheels keep moving, getting the downside, and just keeping the flow. And it was just like, see you next Tuesday right there, just gone. He is out of there.
There we go, turning a flat bank corner into a pumpable roller. All you gotta do is hop, treat it like a quarter pipe. Let's see if anybody else adapts that
Matt Walker,
technique.
William, Robert as well. Let's see what they got coming in here. We got a crafty Kiwi out there coming in. What are we? Oh, trying to go low line, getting the cutty on that, getting stalled out a bit. Both of them having trouble here.
Should have done the Eddie hop.
Should have done the old two-step Eddie there.
That's it is, the Eddie two-step.
Eddie two-step. So Matt Walker winning that one easily. Again, we saw him get second here last year. Well, you know he's going to be wanting to go for it. All right, so we can see the other half of the Masters brothers there hanging out in there. The crowd is getting into it. We hope all you guys at home are getting into it while viewing it here tonight. There is nonstop action still to come. It is your Pump Track Challenge presented by RockShox, and things are just about to take off.
Hold a sunburn in your hands. Don't let him sing too sweet. For too soon the summer sun will in winter sleep. Hold a sunburn in your hands. Don't let him sing too sweet. Too soon the summer sun will in winter sleep.
Like the ad said, prove can't wrong, Cameron. That ad there just showing how crazy it is with mountain biking. There is drifting, there is stuff going on, and just how much goes on with your bike during that.
There's the Eddie two-step.
There's the Eddie two-step. We're gonna trademark that before he watches this webcast
They
later
say you
on.
can't do the Eddie two-step, and then there you go. You got Eddie doing the Eddie two-step.
Max and Maxime facing off next. Kiwi, France there. Maxime there on that. He's got the disadvantage. He's got the full disadvantage, so he's really got to make it happen here.
So
he's
you
trying.
in for Max or Maxime here, Tristan?
Am I going for Max or Maxime?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I don't know. These guys are pretty neck and neck in this one. Maxime, though, coming across there.
Only one Max can survive.
Yeah, there is only one
There will be
Max
only
at
one.
the end of the day. You take it for a bit.
Yeah, you know, this is the way we've been doing it here. If you have two riders with the same name dropping into the same race, only the guy who wins gets to use that name until the next year when they face off again. So, sorry, Max, you're going to have to pick a new name for another year.
There is always another day there. Michael and Benoit as well. 0.29, not too much there.
That's doable.
That's doable. I think so, especially if you don't get the Eddie two-step right.
Well, if you do it right, you can make up that 0.29.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, if you do that, that's a real good way to lose 0.29.
Have a little trip out of the gate there. Riders, though, looking at it. What do we got? I think we're going to start to get a rut formed in that corner, Cam. You're going to almost have to get locked into that rut through that section right there. Benoit.
Finishing with a little style there, Michael.
Yeah, so Michael taking the win on that one. 1.3 or 1.39 on that as well.
Darn near close to the max differential.
So we're in a round of 32 right now. Again, we got to whittle things down here as we saw earlier on today with DS and S. Mark Scott, Jeremy Severin.
Jeremy Severin, he was looking real good in that DS&S, and he's back out here for some more action.
Maybe a little fatigued from earlier on, but Mark Scott looking fresh right there.
He's either fatigued or fired up. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other here.
Oh, he looks fatigued.
Mark Scott's got that right there.
Mark Scott is putting it to him.
Jeremy nearly coming to a standstill on that. Again, there is no gravity to assist you on it. It is a flat pump track. There is no elevation change. There is just rollers and berms. It is all up to you to generate speed on this.
Is there anything you can consume to make yourself have more gravitational force so you can punch more? Like if you eat a ton of heavy food, are you going to be able to pump more on those backsides?
I think if you ate, well, I mean, let's use the, we're in France. So if you ate 6 baguettes, do I think you'd be faster? No, I think you'd be bloated.
If I were racing this, I would eat 7 baguettes and just see what happens.
Is that the magic number there? Well, we'll see what happens for Coco here and Remy Morton. Not much there, 0.30. So Remy Morton's gonna have to do it, but Coco, again, this guy got 4th last year.
Oh, and he's ahead.
He is ahead by a lot there.
Oh, Remy went for a little bit of an 82 step.
So it is a completely different pump track that we've seen. Again, each and every year we see different formats.
Oh man, is he gonna have it? Oh, he did.
So Coco cruising across the line there and beating Remy Morton.
Yeah.
Kind of was a little deceiving. He was on his back foot in the early set of the rollers there on lap number 1, but lap number 2, he really pulled up and pulled ahead on that. There we go. Again, the backdrop, we got the fans out there lining it, lining the RockShox banners there.
Probably placing bets as well, right? Little side bets in those tents.
I would think so. I would think so. I think we'll have to place a bet when we get down to the final there. Rupert Chapman, Mick Hanna.
I'd bet on Mick Hanna.
I mean, well, dude, I was going to bet on Mick Hanna.
Well, too late. I said it already. I got the whole shot on that bet.
Yeah, well, dibs on that one. Okay, Mick Hanna there.
Oh, wait, I changed my mind.
Oh, I'm going to change for the other guy right there.
Can I change my mind still?
Rupert Chapman right there. Mick Hanna, though, you know he's not going to ease off the gas. He's pumping, he's ducking, he's weaving. What do they got coming across the line there? So Mick Hanna with a 2nd on that, but he had the advantage from run number 1. So Rupert Chapman, well, he's going to be on the side there. He can make some bets now. Mick Hanna, well, he's just got to figure out his own luck.
Whenever you get beat by somebody in one of these bracketed head-to-head race formats, you always root for the guy who beat you, because then you can say, well, I got beat by Mick Hanna, but then he went on to win, and it just sounds cooler.
Yeah, that is very true. That's I know when I used to race, you're like, well, at least if I got knocked out by that guy, if he won, well, then he was the fastest of the day. There's nothing worse than you get beat by somebody and they get knocked out in the next round there.
Your enemy 1 minute, your favorite the next.
So Just Wickman, the Rotorua champion, and Anthony Rochi right there. Getting the drift and just flicking it out right there.
That's going to make the highlight reel.
That was going to make the highlight reel. It's like he had to throw it on the bike. He just brought the back end around on him.
He was almost roosting Just.
I don't think Just would really take that too kindly. He seems like the kind of guy, if you were to kick a little bit of dirt at him, he would be like, why are you doing that?
Don't Just roost.
Yeah, don't use the roost on the Just.
No, don't roost Just.
Don't roost Just.
That's a good way to, he crossed over the line.
Just crossing over the line there again. So the line isn't, you don't get disqualified if you cross it. It's just if you're kind of head-to-head coming down that, it's a respect thing. You know exactly if you're in the other person's lane. Does anything go if you're in the other person's lane?
I think he did that because Just almost got roosted, and he was just coming back and trying to give him a taste of that medicine.
Blocking things off there. So we are taking through the rounds here. We started with 32. We're now down to our 16. And we're just going to keep going and going and going. So we're in our quarterfinals now, Cam.
A moment of silence for the 16 who didn't make it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming out, participating, taking part here in the Pump Track Challenge. But it's all about these fast 16 now. So Cam, maybe you can elaborate a little bit here, because momentum is such a huge thing, and using the trannies and berms is such a huge thing. You guys have to do it in slopestyle all the time to keep your speed up and make the landings on jumps. How tiring is that? How deceiving is that when you can't pedal and you got to use your core strength to generate speed?
Riding a pump track, when you watch it, you would never know, but riding a pump track truly works your whole body. You can be exhausted after 2 laps on a pump track, and it's very unexpected, but it takes a lot of muscles and different groups of them to carry speed over those things, especially when you're not going down a hill. All the speed you see is generated by putting the bike in the right spot, and takes a toll on the body.
Well, do you remember a little flashback from a few years ago when we had our announcer Pump Track Roostoff there?
I heard something about that.
Well, we had Cy Patton there and Brad J. But as you can see up on the screen, this is our brackets right here. We've whittled things down into that 60. But look at that final one. Mick Hanna, Jus Wickman.
Oh.
That could be a finals match, but no, we're still in the quarterfinals. We're still early on.
And look at our second bracket here. We got Bernard Kerr versus Sam Reynolds. That's just a rematch from a couple hours ago.
And then we've got Eddie Masters, Matt Walker, the Kiwi showdown there as well. Man, things are just really lining up here just by pure fluke and by the brackets. But the #1 plate there, Adrien Leroux, looking good with that. He wasn't even really phased earlier on. So getting the pump into that as they're bringing things around here. Down that final stretch, kicking it out sideways. They got to keep the speed going, got to keep generating as they go here.
Man, that is a tight race. What's it going to be on this final straight? So close. Whoa. Did Adrien Leroux look like he kind of gave up there for a second?
He did kind of look like he gave up. Were they just doing a little?
That might have been a fun little practice lap or something.
A little keep the flow, keep the juices going, keep the flow going right there.
Keep the Eustis going.
Keep the use going. Got to have the boost for the use. So the riders are just getting a little lap here while we're setting up the next set of riders in staging. But you can see the backdrop there, Cam, a little bit as they keep panning up and down. There is nothing but mountains and glaciers all around us
Yeah, we should crop that out. It's so ugly, don't you think?
Yeah.
We don't want to bring down the show by showing that massive mountain with the perfect sunset light on the glacier anymore. It's really kind of dimming the vibe.
Yeah, we got the alpenglow. We better just not look behind us here. We better not just look behind us. As you can see there, the mountain's right behind us. I mean, for all you guys at home, you guys should be here next year, because that's how you're not going to miss out on any of the action here.
When you look at that, that's what you hear.
It's just like you open the book.
That's it.
Well, there you guys go. You can see everything that is going on. We've got a beautiful setting here. And of course, we've got great racing going on here. Pump Track Challenge. Riders doing the track stand. Thomas Lemoyne, Julian Lugie. I think we're going to see a lot of French people. I'm going to put money on that probably a French rider. 2 out of the 3 might be French riders at the end of the day on the podium.
You're into safe bets, aren't you? You go to Vegas and you just pick the favorite team.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Pick an American? There's none in there.
Where's all the Canadians, by the way?
Oh, we just were being courteous and we wanted to let everybody else have a chance tonight.
After you.
Yeah, no, after you. No, after you. They're just still trying to get through the check-in process down at athlete registration down there. They just can't figure out who can go first in terms of signing up.
Oh, you guys are so nice.
Well, we saw it earlier. Van Steenbergen jumped the gate. We thought it was your brother. We thought your brother was disqualified. Nope, they sorted it out down below.
What
Van
a guy.
Steenbergen said it was him. Thomas Lemoyne, Julian Lukie out on the track right there.
Thomas Lemoyne virtually manualed the entire last straight in his last round. He's super efficient today, putting his bike all in the right spot, and it looks to be whizzing right through this bracket in the first round.
Especially if you know you've got that lead right after you come through that first lap. It's almost time to just back it down, just ease her in, because you don't want to waste any unnecessary energy. You waste that energy, it just means that then you are going to be tired as you advance through the rounds. That can ultimately spell the end of the day. And I think of Pump Track Challenge, I think of a couple years ago, where Martin Soderstrom was doing tail whips and bar spins and Whistler. He was putting on a clinic, and you're like, dude, it's the pump track. It's not DS&S. It's not slope style. By the time he got to the end, he was so gassed. He just was like, I don't have anything for anybody else. And you're like, you didn't pace yourself, man. You didn't make it to the final bit there. But again, a great outside aerial view of what's going on. Cam and I are doing all the talking, but let's let Tina do some talking right now. She's down in the corral at the bottom.
Well, you guys were making bets earlier on who's going to win this, and one of you was talking about a French rider possibly winning this. Well, I am with one of the guys that's looking very strong right now, Thomas Lemoyne, who's one of the French riders. You have a lot of fans out here. How is it to be competing here in France?
It's pretty cool because it's like the biggest one in France. So it's pretty cool to be here with everyone, and it's good.
Well, let's talk about the nitty-gritty of the course. Describe it for us, because I know there's that tight turn up here.
So you have like one track, and you have to do 2 laps, and you go on each side because there is 2 sides, and it's like your time count after 2 runs.
Well, what side do you like better, red or blue?
I prefer the red because I prefer turn on the left, and the biggest turn is on the left, so I prefer the red one.
Yeah, and those are some of the fastest times. But overall, how would you describe the vibe of this event? It seems like a lot of the riders are just having fun.
Yeah, it's pretty sick because I'm with a lot of my friends, and we are all here for fun, and so it's cool to have fun and competing in the same time, so that's sick.
All right, thanks for your time, guys. One of the French riders to keep your eyes out for.
Well, thank you, Tina. We're going to have to keep our eyes peeled on that one. These French riders, they can be a little tricky out there, Cam.
Well, Thomas Lemoyne qualified first, so he's sitting pretty, manually through the last finish straight away and still getting a 1.5 on his competitor. He's looking real good to back up that first place qualification.
No, folks, this isn't deja vu. This is our pump track right now, and these riders faced off earlier on today, and they are facing off again here. Kerr, though, putting it to Reynolds right now, but is Reynolds going to be able to pull back on the second part of the lap?
He got good speed out of that halfway point. If he ever wanted a redemption, now's the time.
Oh my God, 0.16. Are they going to hug it out? They were being pretty friendly earlier on, so.
Who would have thought they would only have to wait about an hour and a half for the rematch?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you have to wait an entire year. And now with Crankworx World Tour, well, we've got 3 times throughout the year if you need a rematch or just a different event later on in the evening. And again, for folks just tuning in at home, Pump Track Challenge right now. It is Friday evening here in Les Deux Alpes. We are in our quarterfinals. Adrien Lerone, Fabien Selle, they are off next here.
Well, you know what I'm watching for right now, Tristan? I'm just trying to see if I can see Adrien Lerone make a mistake, even the slightest mistake.
Okay, we saw a new style there. Nose manualed up the bank. It wasn't the Eddie two-step. What are we going to call it? Oh, we got some drift there.
Here's the Adrien thingamajig.
So it's like the, what was it, Lemoyne or Lerone front? I don't know. We're off to figure out exactly what we're going to coin that.
It's called fast because he just 1.5 the opponent.
He's going to jump through to the future here. He's been moving so quick all night long. He doesn't even look tired at the finish line. That's the thing. He's already competed once today. Doesn't even look tired. He hasn't even broken a sweat, not out of gas.
He's in his stride.
He's just warming up. He's a diesel engine. He's just warming up. And talking about warming up here, let's get things going. Eddie Masters, Matt Walker, they are from New Zealand. They are buddies, and they were staring each other down at the start there.
A whole Kiwi heat here. The guy who invented the Eddie two-step. Is he going to pull it out here on this side? There we go.
He got it, but
did it work?
Walker is pulling the advantage on this one. Walker is generating speed, and it did not work for Eddie. 0.35 back for Eddie Masters. Matt Walker besting him on that one.
And Matt Walker's looking quick.
I think he is going to be looking good. Are we sharing? Looks like riders are sharing bikes there. Matt Walker just finished up, handed his bike off to Mark Scott. Mark Scott looked like he was just flipping the plate over for his turn. So maybe we got some bike sharing going on here today.
It's a long way to bring 2 bikes, so maybe you just get 1 bike to have everybody borrow, and now everybody can be involved in the pump track challenge.
It's not cheap to bring your bike to and from New Zealand, but it's definitely worth it if you are going to New Zealand. And if you're coming to France, you gotta bring your bike. All the action is going on. Pump Track Challenge presented by RockShox going on. Cam and I calling all the shots, and it is far from over. Stick around.
It's serious. All capital letters and numbers. These usually mean business, and that's fine. Sometimes it is. What we realized is this One by World is a dedicated approach to making everyday riding simple and smart. Whether you're an enduro specialist, slopestyle dominator, World Cup winner, or me, a mountain biker, One by is for everyone.
Just nothing but nonstop action here at Les des Alpes. We are in the Alps. We're in the high Alpine. The sun is going down. I wish you guys all at home could see exactly what it is looking like. The camera doesn't do it justice. You got to be here, see it with your own 2 eyes. And well, next year, maybe next year is the year that you buy that plane ticket. You come over and check things out here. And right now, this evening, it is a pump track. It is presented by RockShox. And right now, Mick Hanna and the Rotorua champion there, Jus Wickman, they are facing off. This could be the finals match, but no, this is just a quarterfinal. Jus getting the jump on him there, Cam.
Yeah, it's so crazy to think only one of these guys can go through. Only one of these guys has a chance to make it to the final. Who's it going to be?
Mick, though, pulling out a little bit on that one.
Mick a little bit injured right now, probably taping his hand to the handlebar and winning that heat.
Yeah, 0.27, so Mick Hanna putting it to him there. So just over a quarter second. That could be a bit of a difficult one. He needs to hope that Mick has issues there if Jus wants to continue on. Be a little weird to see him knocked out. So this is the problem with bracket racing. It's awesome, but then there's these matchups and you're like, no, this is supposed to happen later in the contest.
Only one can survive.
Death match, only one can survive.
That's kind of fun rooting for Mick right now, knowing that he's got his hand a little bit dinged up, and I haven't even seen him take it off the bar. Who knows? Maybe it's taped on the inside. I don't know. But
it seems to be the trend in downhill riders this year. Hurt your hand, just tape it to the bar and hope for the best.
What if you hurt your head? What do you tape that to?
I don't even know with that one. Put him in the booth here with you and I. Julian Lukey in the gate there in one side. He's got the jump on that one.
Oh, man. Oh, looks like Lemoyne's going to cruise through the finish line on this one. He had the 1.5 advantage coming into it. He was looking real good, but going to just be able to cruise through right now, not have to sweat this heat at all because he's the only one on the course.
Getting the full manual down that final stretch there. Manual up, but you can see he's got the bandage on the arm. Chances are that things are, maybe he's got a little cut there, a little bit of stitches going on there.
That's just for style. Looks cool.
Just for style.
Nice little bandage on your elbow.
Yeah, Granary cheering on. That's a cool thing I think about Crankworx Camp is that all the athletes come out. Hey, there's your brother in the background. There's Greg Watts in the background. Greg's kind of yelling something at somebody there.
Standard.
Hey, you, do this.
Oh, well, there they are. I
Sam
see.
Reynolds,
I got you.
Bernard Kerr there. 0.16. This is going to be a tight battle. This is going to be a real tight one on that.
Sam just run on the corner over the line.
It comes down to this corner. What do they got? Sam generating a bit of speed.
Oh, they're so tight. You can tell they're close enough to touch elbows in that flat section, meaning that they're really close. But Sam was able to find some speed somewhere and cross the finish line. 0.67 seconds ahead.
So with the difference from run number one there, 0.15. So Sam Reynolds, we will see you in that next round.
What is that called? There's an R word for that. I'd say redemption.
It is redemption.
Knocking the guy out who stole your gold medal just a couple hours ago.
Well, the slopestyle rider bested the downhill rider in a pump track here tonight. So we saw the adversity over earlier on today. Fabien Selle, Adrien Lerone, they are in next. Another France battle. Lerone with the advantage there from run number one.
And once again, let's just see if it's even possible for him to make a mistake.
Oh.
So far, no mistakes all day out of Adrien Lerone.
Looking like they're riding right down the center there. Fabien Selle doing that. But
Adrien Lerone, man, in the whole final straightaway. He's feeling good about that one with a 1.05 advantage.
Is it safe to say that we could eventually, well, they're going to match up here at some point pretty quick as we go through, but Thomas Lemoy, Adrien Lerone, that could be a matchup we're going to see in a couple rounds here.
The French crowd will be going nuts if that happens.
Dude, I'm going to go nuts for that one. They've been putting on a great show all day long here. Eddie Masters, though, Matt Walker has the advantage, 0.35. He's going to have to do something here, though. Eddie Masters getting the jump out of it.
Eddie Masters, let's see if he uses that. Oh, that's the wrong technique to use, isn't that?
Well,
jumping off the course. I'm not sure what we can call that.
That one's open for discussion.
That's called losing.
That could also be called the quickest way to the other event at the end of the day. That is where the party begins. And Eddie Masters maybe just didn't want to wait any longer.
He didn't feel good about his gate start, so he just jumped over that berm, head straight to the bar.
Yeah, when in doubt, I'm just going to air right over the banners and call it a day here. So That means Eddie Masters' night is done, unfortunately.
But he's pioneered 2 moves tonight.
He has the Eddie 2-step and the I'm going to go grab a drink in the crowd.
Yeah, the I'm out of here 1-step.
Yeah, that is it. That is all. I am out of here. So again, though, Matt Walker, what is going to happen when Matt Walker and Mark Scott, if they ever face up? They're both sharing a bike. Are they just going to ride around in tandem?
That's going to be the first ever parkour versus bicycle challenge.
Josh Lowe, Cheney Gannett there. These two coming into it. You can see the track drying out a little bit. They're generating some speed.
Neck. I love when they both set up outside. That means they're getting so close to each other because they're right on that chalk line.
It's not, it's almost Robbins Racing. And then Josh putting the manual clinic on there. Sorry, that was Cheney putting on the manual clinic. Josh coming back there, falling behind on that one. Getting the gun show out for everybody here as the sun goes down. See some of our ladies in the background hanging out. Cecile Ravenel there. So we're gonna see all of our ladies as we go through after this round. They'll start popping in. A little bit of a smaller field, but probably I would say almost even more competitive because we have so many champions of every different discipline. Michael and Max, so they're facing off. Max, 0.07. He's got to make up.
Now Max, he's the only Max who's able to use that name for the rest of the year after he eliminated the other Max.
Max beat Maxime.
Max beat Maxime.
He's having issues though. He got sucked out in that loose dirt, not navigating the corner very well there. So Michael coming across with a 0.52 advantage on that. So Michael into that next round.
Yeah, Michael knocking out Max, but hey, Max, at least you can still use that name. You know, that's a consolation prize. You still have your name for another year.
I feel bad about Maxime. He's probably just this nameless guy wandering around out in the crowd right now.
Faceless, nameless.
Coco, he got 4th last year. Mark Scott, he's on the Boro bike program. Let's see here, Coco is out front. He's getting a little wide on that first corner there. There we go. Mark Scott getting a little nose bump on that one.
Oh, look at that artistic camera angle right through the 2 in the Les Deux Alpes.
Little artsy but tough look there. Is it gonna be enough? Mark Scott advancing, knocking out Coco. He got 4th last year, so that will be the end of his day there.
Well, Mark Scott, let's hope that he doesn't get matched up against the other guy who's riding his bike.
Exactly. Well, here is the battle. The Rotorua champion versus Sick Mick Hanna.
I'm excited about this one.
You's getting the jump on Mick, though.
Man, Mick is going to have to make up some ground here. I know he has the advantage, but he's pretty far back behind Yus at this point in this second round of this heat.
Well, Yus pulling that out, though. Yus generating some speed as he's coming around on the second lap, but he's got to make it up. Is it going to be enough?
Wow, looks like he put it to Mick on that one. Let's see what the final tally is.
And it is enough. Taking the win, squeaking that one out. So Yus Wickman, we almost thought after run number 1, that would be the end of his day.
Hey, well, the good thing for Mick is, you know, you get bumped out of a round. At least he beat Yus in the first round, but then also he's got the hand excuse. Oh, my hand just started hurting for that second run.
Yeah, it started swelling up a little bit, guys. I need to get some ice on it. I got to try and, you know, manage it. I don't know. When you talked to him earlier, are we going to see him Sunday for the downhill, or is he still questionable?
He didn't specify, and I didn't probe because, you know, I didn't want to, you know, you bring it up. If somebody's not doing it, they want to, they get all bummed. So I just said, oh, good to see you out here. But I wasn't even expecting to see him in pump track, so anything's possible for Sunday.
So here is our brackets. Thomas Amoy, Sam Reynolds, Adrian Larone, Matt Walker, Cheney versus Michael, Mark Scott versus Yus Wickman. It is heating up, but look at this. 1 French rider, 2 French rider, 3, 4, 4 French riders there.
Dominating.
It's a sad, sad day. There's no Canadians. There is no Americans in that. It's strictly a European final there. But the ladies, they are coming up next, Cam. They are getting warmed up. It is all about them next, and then we'll see our men after that. The action is heating up. The riders are going round and round, and it's time to really get things going.
Hold a sunlight in your hands. Don't let him sing too sweet. For too soon the summer sun will in winter sleep. Hold a sunlight in your hands. Don't let him sing too sweet. Too soon the summer sun will in winter.
Dude, I think we're on.
Oh, we're on. Okay. Oh, yeah, Pink Bike banner. Yeah, check out Pink Bike. Don't check out our singing. Our singing, definitely don't check that out.
That music was so inspiring, though.
It's such a good little thing, but yeah, Pink Bike, that is where you can go later on tonight or tomorrow, depending on what time of the day it is. That is where you can go and find out everything that's going on. There's photographers all over the place right now.
Trying to get their PODs.
Yeah, POD. Hey, dude, what's wrong with a POD? That is how you get it. That's how you make your name within the industry there.
That's what they're shooting for. They're getting those
their
Pink
own
Bike.
thing. Pink Bike photo of the day. So you're seeing us there. Things are getting a little bit darker, but now we are into the ladies. It's ladies' night. It's Friday night. And you can see the stacked field there. Annika Burton, Enduro World Series. Tracy Hanna, downhill. Cecile Ravenel, Enduro. Isabel, Enduro. Emily Sugantala there, downhill. Kathy, downhill. Morgan, downhill. ACC champion. So much credentials. Wins, downhill titles, world champion titles. I'm going to run out of breath. There's too many credentials here for our ladies.
Yeah, it may not be a massive field with a ton of girls out there riding, but the ones that are there, man, do they have a laundry list of accomplishments. And Caroline Chasson, such a legend. Really cool to see her out here at the pump track in Les Deux Alpes for the Crankworx Pump Track Challenge.
Well, and the reason why we're seeing all these ladies, this is Crankworx World Tour. The ladies want that win. And I was hanging out with Annika Burton, a couple Enduro World Series, and she said that's what she wants. She gets the jump. She's facing off against the other half of the Hannah duo there. Tracy on the other side. Let's see what she's going to go here. Annika Burton, 4-cross background, pump track background.
Oh.
Yet she won in Rotorua. She's got the style there.
Tracy's
little
catching
ponytail
up.
flick.
She just saw her brother get knocked out, so she's trying to make up for it and keep one in the family still in the running for a medal here. But she's down by 1.26, so she's going to have to hop a little bit harder in the next round to try to beat Annika Burton.
Annika cruising across there. As we were saying, she won in Rotorua. You know she's going to want. Not only does she want that Queen of Crankworx title, the Triple Crown with the pump track, she's also going for Cecile Ravenel, Isabel.
I mean, they're fighting so hard for this Queen of Crankworx. I thought every girl wanted to be a princess.
Well, you know, you can be a princess on a bike. Isabel there, falling a little bit behind. Cecile, last year we saw her win Crankworx EWS in Whistler. We'll have to see what she can do here on the pump track coming out. And you're in the home country, why not? If this is your backyard, why not come out, trade in one of your bikes, do a little cross training here as they're in between rounds. But Cecile taking that one with ease. Hanging out up top. We're straight back into it. Emily versus Kathy. Little DH to DH background here.
They're in.
Emily's generating a bunch of speed. She was in the whip-off last night, placing second in that with the ladies.
Emily Siegenthaler definitely in the lead right now. Neither of them coming out of that midpoint with a ton of speed, but Emily able to get back up to speed a little bit quicker and finish that run in first place with a maximum advantage of a 1.5.
Yeah, well, you know she's going to want to do well today. Her kind of team boss, team manager, Bernard Kerr there. He took the win earlier on today. You know she's going to want to do as best she can for that.
So she's trying to impress her boss, and is that what she's doing? She knows he's out there watching. He knows how the track flows. And
you got to do that, don't you? Wouldn't you do the same? I saw your boss actually wheel a bike up for you there. But ACC, this is the lady here. France versus France. Young versus a little bit older.
Can you believe Aunt Caroline Chasson? I mean, I've been watching videos with her in it since I started riding bikes so long ago. To see her in person racing a pump track of all things is so cool.
She's back on her heels there, Morgan. Morgan just doing it and taking the win, 0.76. Yeah, not being intimidated by countless titles there.
Yeah, I'm sure she knows exactly who she's racing against. She's probably thinking, oh, wow, I'm on the line against ACC. This is impressive. Opportunity to you know, try to beat her idol.
Exactly. Well, we're going to get the men up in the gate next. Here is our breakdown, and look at this. The names: Thomas Lemoyne, Sam Reynolds. That is going to be a good one. Adrian Larone, Matt Walker, even better. It's just, it doesn't stop here, Cam.
That first heat, Lemoyne versus Reynolds, somebody's going to do a trick. They can't restrain themselves.
Well, we haven't seen anybody invent any new methods here. The Eddie two-step worked earlier on.
Manually the whole final straight, that seems to be Lemoyne's trick tonight.
Yeah, so Lemoyne hanging out. Sam Reynolds How focused is Sam? He's had a smile on his face, so hopefully he's having a good time out there.
Both of them with a good start. Oh, Sam painting the corners right on the very top edge of that right-hand berm.
You don't want to roost. The roost competition was up on the hillside yesterday. Today is all about being smooth and fast.
Oh my gosh. Lemoyne, first place qualifier, hasn't lost a heat yet. Pretty much hasn't even had to care in the final straight in any of his heats. He's looking so on fire.
Hasn't even flinched, regardless of who he is facing there. Are we seeing the bike switch? Okay, we got the bike switch. Matt Walker back into it.
That's the town bicycle.
That is one way to describe it. I mean, we're in France. There's bicycles everywhere, and sometimes, you know, just a little extra baggage fee. You might as well just share one. But like you said, if they face off against each other, what's going to happen?
You know, I'd say one of them should just hide a hardtail in a tree here, so neither of them have to bring a hardtail next year.
Just pick it up next year. Just come on back. I think I left it under, left it over under this tree here. A little.
Been growing a hardtail pump track bike in that tree over there.
Plant a seed right there. So this is our man. This is the guy that seems to be the guy to beat this evening.
He's the guy who doesn't make any mistakes, for crying out loud.
Well, we're talking about it. Are we going to jinx him now by accident?
Hey, let's see what happens.
Let's see. Let's just talk about him nonstop there. He's got...
It's impossible for him to make a mistake, Tristan.
Exactly.
I'm not even going to knock on wood.
Exactly. So you can see there, they're getting stacked up. But tomorrow, this is the big event. Cam, I can't wait to hear everything. We saw practice earlier on the slope style. The tricks are just gonna be, it's like caving my head in. It's not even gonna explode, it's so crazy.
I think Adrian Larone is gonna win slope style.
You think he's gonna win slope style?
Yeah, he can't lose anything.
Dude, he is on fire here. So Adrian Larone, Matt Walker. But as we saw tomorrow, all about slopestyle, but tonight, all about pump track, getting the jump out of the gate there.
All right,
Walker's speeding up a little bit.
Let's see how much power of suggestion actually works here. Adrian Larone, it's impossible for him to make a mistake, and here he is, still not making mistakes. Entering the final straightaway, still hasn't made a mistake, and for crying out, he's got to enter slopestyle.
He's either that or buy all the lottery tickets, or maybe just even one. He just needs one lottery ticket.
Play poker, dice.
Go play in traffic, run around. You can do anything. Well, I guess, I mean, if he does beat Matt Walker, I guess that kind of eliminates the bike borrow program here.
Yep. Time to hide in a tree.
We've got the ride share program on the pivot cycle there. Depending on who it is, Cheney, Michael.
All right.
They're battling out here again. We're in our quarterfinals right now.
Bingo, setting up. Cheney with that rally turn. First time I've ever seen the rally turn technique used in a pump track race.
So we're seeing that corner. That corner's starting to fall apart a little bit there on the other side. Getting a little roost on that one.
Might be a little beat down from Eddie Masters trying to take off the inside of it to go find his way into the village.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? No, you just jump over the side there. So here we go, the ride share program. Mark Scott on the bike, facing off against Just Wickman.
Just Wickman trying to double up medals from Rotorua.
I forgot, Cam, I actually have raced against Just Wickman in a dual slalom back in the day. He beat me, and then he went on to beat Brian Lopes in the win there at the end of the day.
Perfect.
And he is winning right here. But Mark Scott, he is not letting him have it easy. It is tight coming down the stretch right now.
Man.
0.10.
Mark Scott not making it easy on Just Wickman to get out of this round.
No, not at all. Very, very tight.
Isn't it funny how we talk about pump track as being this fun little event, but you know, there really is prize money for it, and there is a gold medal, and a Crankworx gold medal means a lot no matter what discipline. Look at Just's face. He is serious, man. He's
serious
down to
business.
the wire, and nothing but efficiency out of his riding, nothing but focus out of his brain. He wants another one of those gold medals.
He's not here for high fives and handshakes. He is here for a novelty check and some money. There we go. We've got our ladies back up on the board there. They're about to drop in on their second run. And again, you can see the little green dot there, who won and who lost in that. But again, all those riders on that one side of the track won. Swap them over onto that next side. So is it going to be their disadvantaged side? Tracy Hanna, she's going to have to make it happen here if she wants to knock off the defending Rotorua champ, Annika Beerten.
Yeah, she wants to knock Annika Beerten out, but she also wants to keep a Hanna in the game. Mick is out now, so Tracy's the last remaining Hanna. She's getting to that midpoint first.
It's tight. They're generating. They're kind of trying to get some speed back up again. They got caught out on that one.
Oh, got the pop?
He's coming down to the line.
Oh, but Tracy needed more.
So .06. She lost in run number 1, which means she's on the sidelines, Cam. Tracy Hannah's day is done.
There will be no more Hannahs tonight, Tristan. That's all she wrote for the Hannah clan.
So Annika Burton there. Sun's out. Well, Sun's not out, but the guns are still out. Annika Burton there.
You don't put the guns away just because the sun went away.
You got to keep them out all night long?
Keep them out.
Okay. I must not know. I don't have guns, so I kind of keep them under control. I
Keep those guns out, Tristan.
I keep them in the safe at all times. Isabeau and Cecile next. Isabeau losing by the maximum differential there, but Cecile with that on the run number 1 here. Cecile putting in the work in the off season, doing it on the Enduro World Series there. So we're getting
close.
It's close, but Isabeau getting hung up on that corner, and that is where it is make or break here on that. Cecile coming down. Oh, Isabeau pulling back. Isabeau pulling back up on that one. But that first run she had, that would spell the disaster and the difference. At the end of that, it doesn't matter.
There was some chin pumping going on there.
There is some up and down.
You just can't get the speeds. You're just bobbing your head going, come on,
I
give me
can't
some
pedal, I
speed.
can't pedal. I'm trying to generate forward momentum, not easy.
That's when you need the time machine.
You're all about the time machine. Did you watch the movie on
Man,
the way
I
over
would
or what?
race if I had a time machine, because I would just put myself at the bottom of the course, exactly the amount of time I needed to be there.
That's one way to go about it.
Hop in the hot tub, next thing you know, you're in the hot seat.
So we got Kathy and Emily right here. They're hanging out, they're chilling, waiting for things to get going. We got the snap there. Emily getting that one. You said it earlier, Cam, she's got to try and impress her boss here. We'll see her Sunday for downhill. That's her main game, and that's why she is here. She's doing it on the pump track tonight.
Actually watching still?
Yeah, he's probably checking things out. I mean, you know, if you're a team manager, you got to stay on top of things. But Kathy pulling out the lead on that one coming down the stretch. .40. But not enough right there. That is the end of the day for Kathy. Emily making it into that next round with our ladies. And next up, ACC. Ooh. She is on her back heel. She needs to try and make something happen here.
Man, she is such a competitor. We've got contrast in eras right now. We've got Caroline Chasson from, you know, the late 90s and racing all the way up into the mid 2000s. And seeing if she can get out of this heat. You know, she's got the game phase on and she knows how to advance. Such a race brain she has underneath that helmet, and she looks to be doing what she needs to do. Let's see how this final straightaway plays out.
She is just putting it on. She had first run jitters, and she definitely put those away.
Is that
Cruising
enough?
across. It is more than enough right there, taking it.
Holy, awesome. See, I knew it. I knew maybe she'd been backed into a corner, standing on her heels, but she's Ann Caroline Chasson, for crying out loud.
She doesn't lose, man. She doesn't lose. Or if she does lose, she makes sure she comes back in that next round or that next race and make sure that you know that she is ACC and that she has all those titles.
She knows how to win.
Well, here we go, jumping back up onto our board here. Le Désel Pump Track Challenge presented by RockShox. You can see the green dots. That means they won run number 1 there. They're gonna have to flick things around. They're switching lanes. Thomas Lamoy, Adrian Lerone, Cheney there taking that. Sam Reynolds there having a good time. He's just smiling. He's maxing and relaxing, hanging out. It's like, dude, you're about to drop in and you are down by 1.50 seconds.
Man, Thomas Lemoyne, I mean, we're joking around about Adrian Lerone, how it's impossible for him to make a mistake, but Lemoyne is riding that way today as well.
What's Reynolds gonna do? He's pulling up. Oh, Reynolds! He's generating some speed. He's generating speed. He's coming in. He's making it a race here. But only .13, not enough with that maximum differential. So Thomas Lemoyne, he is on to that next round.
Lemoyne had the tiniest little hint of a mistake, but he did exactly what he needed to do just to squeak through and make it out of this round. See, I mean, we're calling that a mistake. That was barely anything.
Yeah, you don't want to blink. For all the viewers at home, don't blink. Just keep them eyes open. Otherwise, you will miss out on all the action here.
Look at these guys. They're so tight in that race by .13, but they're still laughing and giving knuckles at the finish line.
They're still having a good time. Okay, we've been having a good time all day long here calling the action. Matt Walker, Adrian Lerone next. This is going to be a battle here. I expect Walker to put on a huge challenge for this one.
I'll bet you Adrian Lerone isn't going to make a mistake. That's what I'm going to say. Because it's impossible for him to make a mistake.
It's impossible. Okay. We don't want to jinx him by saying it too much, do we?
I'm not even knocking on wood. I'm looking at wood, and I'm not knocking on it because it's just impossible for him to make a mistake.
Okay, well, Matt Walker, 0.70 is what he's got to make up. Adrian Lerone, let's see what he has here. And they're getting into it. We're getting a snap. Walker gets the jump.
He did. Lerone had a great start, but Matt Walker was actually ahead of him out of the first turn.
Oh,
and
man, look at him. He is on rails right there.
Oh, man.
On rails.
Adrian Lerone is not making mistakes, but Matt Walker is right there with him.
0.07. The tightest of margins. What a round right there. But Matt Walker, well, there is no rideshare bike program anymore. He is done for the night. Adrian Lerone, though, he is on to that next round.
You know what word I don't think is in Adrian Lerone's vocabulary? Oops.
Oops.
I don't think he's ever said oops before. He's never made a mistake. Why would you ever need to say oops unless you made a mistake?
What is? Yeah, they don't know that word. The French don't know that word, man. They just don't give up.
Looking at how on point these French riders are, maybe they don't even need a French word for oops.
Well, I don't even know what the we have to get, figure out what the conversion is there. What is that in French? What is that in French? This is what it is in French. Fast riders, and we're into our next bracket right here. We got the gun show out. The riders roosting that. We're starting to see a different method here. They're starting to lean in. There's a bit of a rut on that. They're able to keep it. Michael and Cheney cruising down. So Cheney coming across the line first. 0.17 seconds there. He's taking that maximum differential there, 1.63. So Michael done for the day. Cheney will be on to our next round. But look at that star-studded crowd we've got hanging out in staging there.
All right, we got Use back in the gate.
Use, Mark Scott. So again, 0.10. This is nothing, Cam. This is nothing. This is one little break. This is one little mistake, one false pump.
Like we were saying before, I don't think you can even blink your eye in 0.1.
Well, you don't want to blink your eye. Use Wickman pulling it out there. Mark Scott almost doing a little stall on that front tire. They're coming down that final stretch.
Use doubling the last two rollers. There we go. Once again, all game face, all focus for Used Wickman. He wants another one of those gold medals. He wants the excess baggage fees that go along with getting it back home.
But we haven't even seen a smile out of him. Same with Annika Bearden. No smiles.
He would say, I smile on the podium.
Yeah, I smile for no one.
I smile when I win race.
Well, I don't know. Should we make a bet if he's going to smile or not? He seemed pretty even serious about when we were talking to him as he's defending champ from Rotorua. But there you guys go. We're breaking it down. Next bracket, Annika Bearden, Cecile Ravenel, Emily Signataler, and Anne-Caroline Chasson there. Two French riders, one from the Netherlands, one from Sweden. But we have got the men's jumping up with the men's right here. We're getting down, final four in each category. Thomas Lemoyne, Adrian Lerone. This should be the final match, but nope, we are not there yet. There is so much action. Cheney, Used, your defending Rotorua champion. Cam, I'm getting excited up here. I want to see the racing. We're going to get the back up in staging. It's the Pump Track Challenge presented by RockShox, and the main event is coming up in short order.
Hold a sunman in your hands. Don't let him sing too sweet. For too soon the summer sun will in winter sleep. Hold a sunman in your hands. Don't let him sing too sweet. Too soon the summer sun will in winter sleep.
Oh, man, Cam, the only time that I think I could ever hit that note is if I maybe slip a pedal in the Whistler Bike Park and take one to the groin region.
Whatever it takes, I'll kick you if you need it.
I'm all good with that. I'm all good with that. But, you know, I've had a few close calls in the bike park where I've gotten a little at the end of the day.
You're trying to get that.
Yeah, see, you've got it. You've got it.
It's because I'm hitting myself in the nuts at this moment.
He is punching himself profusely in the groin at the moment. Well, as you can see it, folks, we're getting into the nitty-gritty. We are down into our final 4 men, our final 4 women here.
Oh, we're doing
we got the wave. We got the wave.
It happened.
We got the wave.
We had to wait till the round of 4.
For all you folks at home on the couch, maybe you guys can get the wave going right there if you're getting excited.
Yeah, send us pictures of you doing the wave.
Yeah, use that social media. We've been reaching out. Hashtag Crankworx, also hashtag L2A. Those are the way to get about it. But this is the way we're going to get into it with trying to figure out who's going into those finals, who's going on to that small final there. The action heating up, the ladies there. We've got an all-enduro final, or 4 women final, minus Emily. Emily, we've got 1 DHer still in there.
Holding it down for the DH crowd.
Holding it down. So we're looking here, Annika Beerton, Cecile Ravenel.
This is the DHiest pump track I've ever seen, so maybe she'll have an advantage.
Maybe she can sneak one out. Annika there almost getting the wheelie bar out of the gate there. Even though you can't even pedal, she nearly maxed out the bike on that.
Maximum
man,
pump.
look at her there. She's slowing down, though. She had a little bit of issue on that corner, but back up to maximum velocity.
Well, Annika Beerton coming out of this heat real quick with the maximum differential of a 1.5. No big surprise there. She was looking real quick right out of the gate.
Barring any mistake, Cam, in that second run that she's got to do, you'd think that she is just going to walk on into that finals there like she's been there before, like she was there in Rotorua.
Yeah, she wants to be there again, but who's she going to be there with if she's able to make it? And Caroline Chasson, it would be cool to see her there, but she's got to get through Emily Siegenthaler to be able to do it.
Yeah, very much there. So ACC coming in. Emily, though, Emily with the advantage here after lap number 1, coming in. Trying to get the speed back going again here. It is tight. We got downhill versus enduro. The internet forum will light up about this. Emily coming across the line first, though.
0.39 advantage for Emily Siegenthaler.
Maybe we don't want to sleep on this one. Maybe Emily is going to be a surprise pick into that finals there. Or maybe it's just Bernard is out in the crowd there and he is saying either you win or you get cut from the team.
Oh, that could be it. That's pretty harsh, but
well, I mean, who knows? Bernard's always a nice guy, but looking at our brackets right here, Thomas Lemoyne, Adrian Leroux, Cheney versus Hughes. Man, well, one thing's for sure, we are gonna see a star-studded final and small final here. But these two guys, you could say this is a gold medal match, but no, this is just trying to figure out who gets into that gold medal match.
Well, you know, neither of them are going to make a mistake because they don't do that.
So what are we going to have a tie? Is that what you're saying?
Well, this is true test of who's faster because we got 2 guys who don't make mistakes.
Well, they are going faster than anybody else has on the track. Man. Look at that, railing it on the berm there, just laying it sideways, drifting it out, and we've got it coming right down to the line right there, 0.17.
Oh, man.
0.17 by Thomas Lemoyne.
The way Lemoyne was so composed in that final straightaway, just manually, and he was out by like half a bike length.
And they didn't make any mistakes.
Well,
they
didn't
make any mistakes.
Them to. But the way he set up into that corner, he did like that rally turn where you kick your back end out the opposite direction, and then the corner sets you up for it for a slingshot, and tons of exit speed when he did that. That definitely seems to be what put him out in the lead there on a run where neither of the guys can possibly make a mistake.
Cheney versus Hughes. Hughes on that blue side. We keep talking about it, but he has won in pump track before, but he is behind Cheney, pulling it out on him right there. But Hughes has been picking up speed on the second part of that. Coming down though, Cheney putting it into him, 4.48 on Hughes there.
Oh my goodness.
Hughes still no motion, no motion. I guess if you show no motion, you can't let your competitors into your world.
Yeah, there's probably something. There's something in there we couldn't see. You know, he likes to win.
Yeah, the only highs and lows are in the rollers, and at the same time, I feel like he's like the bad guy from like a Sylvester Stallone, like, you know, movie, something like that, where it's like he's the bad guy, showed no emotion whatsoever, but there is emotion. We've got our ladies up next, Annika Beerton, Emily Sigenthaler there, taking the win and run number 1, which means Cecile and ACC have to do something against them in run number 2. But here we go. They swap courses. Cecile Ravenel in that red track, Annika Bearden in that blue. Annika, though, no stranger to gate starts. She's been doing this forever in the day. She won everything in 4-cross. Textbook style. She knows how to get the jump out of the gate. Watch her. Textbook here. She's going to get the pop, getting that out of there.
Boom. Just getting those wheels to that first downslope.
Generating as much momentum as she can. But she is behind, Cam. She is behind. Cecile got the jump on her here.
And neither of them really made it out of that midpoint corner with very much speed.
No, not at all. It's coming down the stretch right now. Oh! Rubin is racing Cecile, 0.33, trying to take her out. That means Annika Beerton is going into the gold medal match. Guaranteed a medal here today. Cecile, though, going into that small final. But look at this, getting close. Losing it there, just making it, trying to keep it in her lane.
That was a drag race on that last straightaway. I love it when they come out of that last corner neck and neck, because it's all about that final straightaway. And, you know, they're bar to bar at that point with nothing separating them but a little chalk line.
Is this going to be an upset? Is ACC not going to make it into the finals? Is Emily going to do it here and keeping the hopes alive for the DH crowd? But ACC out in the lead right there.
Well, she came
but
back
Emily,
from behind
Emily
her
got
last
in the corner. Emily got in the corner.
Can she come from behind again? She did in her last heat. Right now, she's going to finish first in this one. But how does it stack up with the differential?
Is it enough? 0.68 on that run. ACC going through to that final right there. Which means Emily will be into our small final. Annika Beerton and Caroline Chusson, they battle it out on a regular basis. Different bike, different type of track, but they'll be battling it out here tonight. But right now, we are in the moment, and we are going into our second run here for our men of 4, trying to figure out who is getting into that final. Thomas Lemoy, the smallest of small margins over Adrian Lerone. Cheney, though, putting it to Hughes Wickman in that run.
Crowd, Tristan.
The crowd getting fired up out there. I'm getting fired up here in the booth.
Full French heat, 2 guys who've been on point all day with Speed and Steez and this pump track challenge. Neither of them making a mistake all day. What's the story gonna be here? They're neck and neck coming into the midway point.
Different styles through that corner. They're neck and neck over that roller, coming into it. Now they're into the late start of their late pace of the race.
Oh, they're still neck and neck.
Is it gonna be enough? 0.25. 0.25, Cam. Adrian Lerone, the #1 plate, going into the finals.
Wow, that was down to the wire right there. They were so evenly matched, and neither of them were gonna kind of have an off run, because they just don't do that.
No, not at all. Look at it, just a drag race down the stretch there.
Look at this, look at this. This is basically the Hulk when he turns green. You don't see any emotion out of him until he won one of those heated heats that are so tight.
Well, here's the good versus evil. Hughes Wickman, no emotion at all tonight. Cheney, though, harnessing the crowd, harnessing that French crowd.
Man, I want to see Hughes make it out of this heat and do the Hulk thing like Adrian Lerone just did. I want to see some emotion out of him.
Okay, Hughes got the advantage, but Cheney having a smooth corner right there.
Will he Hulk at the finish line?
That is the question. They're coming down the stretch. Hughes coming down full speed. Is it enough? 0.91.
Oh, man, was it enough?
It is enough. Hughes Wickman going through to the finals, folks. He will be in for the gold medal match again.
Did you see that, Tristan? He was happy. Did you see that?
I blinked. Dude,
that was a tough race.
I blinked. I must have blinked.
That was a tough race, and he was happy about it. He didn't necessarily Hulk, but he was happy about it.
He smiled, I guess. You're telling me he smiled.
He's stoked.
Oh, man. we will go to replay. Maybe we'll get a little slow motion here to figure out if that indeed was a smile. And there you go, fans. This is the matchup. We'll be starting off with our small final. Cecile Ravenel Emily Sigantala there. And then that will be trying to figure out who's walking away with that bronze medal. And of course, Annika Beerten and Caroline Chasson going for that gold medal. ACC kind of, I hate to say, ACC gets the best of Annika Beerten on a regular basis with the Enduro. But here we go, coming down the finals here. I think we're gonna get a slow-mo. What do we got? What do we got? He looks back. Come on. He looks back.
Oh, the back of his head. We're not gonna know. We're gonna have to go to a second angle.
See. Oh.
Can we get a satellite view from Google?
We need to spin it around. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is it enough?
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
That's a smile.
I saw it.
That's a
it
smile.
Happened. It is a confirmed smile. We have a confirmed smile. Hugh Wickman does have emotion. The heartbeat just once.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have confirmation. There was a smile.
That is a confirmed smile out on course right there. We'll have to wait and see what happens come the finals. And look at that final. Adrian Lerone, Hugh Wickman. But first, two very fast French riders are going to have to duke it out. Thomas, Cheney, they will have to try and figure it out. Man, Cam, the action's been nonstop. It's only heating up here. And it is into the medal rounds. We have got hardware to be giving out. It's a betting man's game. I feel like we need to make some bets before we go into the final here. It is a pump track challenge presented by RockShox, and we are here at Crankworx Les des Alpes.
It's serious. All capital letters and numbers. These usually mean business, and that's fine. Sometimes it is. What we realized is this one by world is a dedicated approach to making everyday riding simple and smart. Whether you're an enduro specialist, slopestyle dominator, World Cup winner, or me, a mountain biker, One By is for everyone.
I am having withdrawals. I want to be in the bike park in Whistler, running my RockShox suspension.
What's that?
I'm going to have to wait for a couple more days. Maybe, Cam, I think I might have to go get a run in tomorrow here. I might have to go do a lap and test out some of the latest and greatest from RockShox here, but we'll have to see what happens, see how tomorrow unfolds. You guys can see beautiful scenic sunset. It's gone down. The Alpes there highlighted in the background. But that's not where we're going to be looking right now. That is not where the action is taking place. The action is going to be taking place here on the pump track. Annika Beerten and Caroline Chasson, they are battling it out for our gold medal here. But we're going to be starting things off with our small final. Emily and Cecile, they will be going for that bronze medal, the final step on the box.
She sincerely wants that third place medal there, Tristan.
Well, we'll have to see. We've got one French rider in the small final, one French rider in the final. Is it going to be enough? We got some dancing out there on that first roller, some kind of slow hip thrust or something was going on there.
Yeah, the halftime show.
That's the halftime show?
Yeah, he's usually dressed like a rabbit, but the suit didn't make it.
They do things a little different here in France. When I think of halftime show in America, I think of something a little more scandalous.
No, just a dude dancing.
Just a dude dancing?
That's what we got here tonight.
All right, so they haven't taken a run yet. This is for the bronze medal. They will get one run on either side of the track. Cecile and Emily, but Cecile getting the jump there, but Emily has been coming on strong as we've been going through our rounds here tonight. Small in stature, but she knows how to generate speed. Cecile, though, really trying to make it up there, but she's making a few mistakes. Is it going to be enough?
Well, Emily making short work out of that first heat. Sorry, Cecile making short work out of that first heat.
Yeah, Cecile wants the final step on the box there. And again, what is at stake? These ladies are battling for points in that Crankworx World Tour, and your queen of Crankworx World Tour there. They want to make sure, they want to make some impact on it, try and get as many points as they can. Again, for a lot of these ladies, especially these ones, that is all we're going to see. Emily, we'll see her on Sunday. But Cecile, this is the only event that we're going to see her in here this weekend. It's in her backyard, though. It's like, why not? If you're in France, if you're living in France, you got to come out to Crankworx France.
And she's making it count, too. She's in the running for a medal here, making it to the small final.
Well, you can see the fans going crazy there. And one of the #1 fans, she's working with us here today. She's down in that corral. Let's send things down to Tina. Tina, what's going on?
Well, what a finals we have set up for you guys. You know, ACC and Annika, you guys usually battle it out in the Enduro World Series, but Annika, you are familiar with pump track. Do you think you have the advantage out here tonight?
Never underestimate, you know, Ann Caro. She's Olympic champion in BMX, so you know we got a good battle going tonight.
And this is something new for you, so what's your perspective heading into this? How are you going to get the edge over Annika?
Just try to have a good run. I mean, it's pretty new for me. Everything is new, and my first ever pump track race. So she's a champion. She's the one to beat.
Well, I told you earlier it was going to be an exciting finals. Best of luck, ladies.
All right, well, thank you very much there, Tina. And it sounds like we have a bit of a change on the board there at disqualification, Cam.
Yeah, and you know, this type of racing, if you miss a gate, that's the end of the day for you. And I don't know if it's set in stone yet, but we heard some rumors that possibly Cecile may have missed a gate in that last run.
Yeah, we'll have to wait here and see, wait for the official word. So Cecile is out 100%, and Emily is into that third spot. So Emily, she is A-okay after that run there, that first run.
There you go. Not the way you want to win it, but hey, take a bronze medal any way you can get it.
Annika Beerton, though, and Caroline Chasson, they are locked in that gate. Here we go, getting the jump. This is for all the marbles here on run #1.
Man, going for that gold medal, both of them pushing just that much harder, knowing that this is the one that you can win the gold in.
Yet, you know, Annika Beerton does not want to miss out. She comes, plays second field. Annika cruising across the line, 0.73.
Yeah, it didn't look like much of an advantage, but 0.73, that's substantial on a small course like this. It's going to be a lot to make up for Anne-Caroline Chasson in the next round.
That is huge between those two powerhouses, dude. That is massive right there. You see the replay here. Annika making it through that corner. ACC staying a little bit low on that one, keeping her speed going, but it was already too little too late on that.
Well, we saw Anne-Caroline Chasson make it out of a couple brackets where she was going into the second round with an advantage on her, you know, coming from behind. So can she do it in the gold medal round? She's got a hefty advantage to try to make up, 0.73.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if she can do it.
Well, we can see it popping up here. Adrienne Leron, Just Wickman, Thomas Lemoyne, Cheney Gannett there. So again, lots of French flags in that one, Cam. Lots of French flags.
Well, can you hear how loud the crowd is? It's no surprise. They've got a bunch of their Frenchies out there doing really well, and they're going to be holding some medals here pretty soon.
So here is our small final. Who is it going to be? They've been incredibly fast all night long.
Well, I got my money on Thomas Lemoyne. He's at this midpoint a little bit before, and you know, the fact that he doesn't really mess up very often, I feel like he's going to be cruising through that finish line first.
In the event, he cruised through it 1 second, 1.02 seconds faster on that one. So Thomas making it count there. That's going to be a hard one for Cheney. He's going to have to try and figure that out. That's going to be really difficult. We can see here already the advantage on lap #1 as they go into that corner.
You know, Cheney's going to have to hope that Lemoyne kind of washes out in a corner or something like that, because he is so on fire right now. He basically looks up, sees where his opponent is, and decides how fast to go in that last straightaway.
Yeah, exactly. It is tight there. And we have got two gladiators down in the corral for our final. They're trying to battle it out for a gold medal. Let's go down to Tina. She's going to have a word with both of our guys.
Well, Well, it is going to be a competitive final between these two. Now, Adrian, let's go back to 2013. You won this event. 2014, you fell. How much are you looking for some redemption here?
Like never. I want it.
You won it. All right, you heard it. I know you guys were kind of talking to each other earlier, but you won in Rotorua. So how much are you carrying that momentum from that event to this final?
Well, yeah. Well, he come in as the last winner of the Pump Track Challenge, so of course you're on a momentum. So, but Adrian is fast as well, so we'll see who wins it.
All right, well, guys, two riders that have won this event before. It's going to be a good one.
Thank you very much, Tina. So there, I'm confused, Cam. There's there's high fives, there's smiles.
I saw a chuckle too.
Yeah. What happened? We saw the slow-mo earlier. We finally saw a smile, and then now he's laughing and he's having a good time. Like, dude, you haven't won yet.
He's where he wants to be. He's in the final. He's got a chance to win, and he said it. He said it's all about momentum. Pump track is inherently all about momentum every single lap, every single roller. But coming off a huge win in New Zealand, he's got the momentum he wants. He's got the smile on his face. Can he get another gold medal?
That is the question, and only they can answer that for us here. Adrian Lerone, Joost Wickman, France versus the Netherlands there. We will have to see how this unfolds. Again, 2 runs. This is the start of your men's final happening right now.
I have a feeling I know who the crowd is pulling for. Adrian Lerone, the French competitor out here. Oh my goodness!
No!
Whoa! If there was going to be a mistake, it wasn't going to be Adrian Lerone doing it. We did not expect to see Joost Wickman having a mistake, but you just saw it right there on your screen. Going too high into that berm, skidding the back tire, and losing all speed.
So we saw it happen earlier on. A few riders have been blowing out that corner. On run number 1, Cam, maximum differential 1.50, but in run number 2, if it were to happen, he hasn't made any mistakes, but if it were to happen, there is a chance for use on that one. You can see he just comes over too far to the left, and that's it, just doing a little bottom bracket grind along the top of the coping there on the edge of that berm.
So the pressure's kind of on Adrian Lerone right now, a guy who hasn't made a mistake all day in all of these races that he's been competing in. Statistically, he's more likely to make a mistake right now when it really, really, really counts. Even though he has that 1.5 advantage, anything can happen.
Anything can happen there. Again, run number 1 in the bag there with our men's. You can see right now we're bringing up the women's leaderboard. So Cecile getting disqualified on that first run there. We'll see here Emily Sigenthaler there. Swiss Miss. Technically should be in 3rd spot. I think with a DQ, we'll have to maybe stand corrected. With a DQ, then that is it. I don't think it's like a time penalty. I don't think it's like a maximum time differential. We'll have to wait and see here if they get them racked and stacked in that gate. And we'll look at the crowd. The crowd is in full effect. But let's jump back down into the crowd there. Apparently, Tina is hanging out with Emily. Tina, what is going on?
That's right, our 3rd place finisher, Emily. What was the ultimate goal for you? You did finish up on the podium.
Yeah, I think that was the main goal, finishing on the podium and get some points for the Queen of Crankworx. That's really important, but everybody's on it, so it's a hard fight with Annika, Casey, all the girls, and it was great fun to be here, and yeah, I'm stoked.
And we can plan on seeing you in Whistler, correct?
Yeah, it's gonna be our first time ever in Whistler Bike Park, so I don't know, I'm already overwhelmed. I don't know how I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be a lot of fun for sure.
Well, congrats on the podium finish, guys. We'll send it back to you and get back to the racing.
Very exciting. Well, I think we'd see her first on Sunday for that downhill. But before downhill, before anything else, we have our women's gold medal match right here, Cam. The stage is set. 0.73, and Caroline Chasson is behind Annika Beerten. She is taking no prisoners, but with 1 more lap they have to do, and they get the jump.
Oh my gosh, Anne Caroline Chasson has a massive differential to make up. A 0.73, can she do it? I can't wait till they get head-to-head. There we go. We get a glimpse. Anne Caroline Chasson is out front, but can she beat her by enough?
Is it enough? Beerten back on her back foot there. ACC coming down. It's up to the clock right now. Is it going to be enough? 0.73.
Come on. Are you kidding me? Is that real?
0.73.
Oh my God, it's a tie.
We have a tie. We have a tie.
Are you kidding me? Oh, she's got it down to a sign. She said, okay, well, I need to beat by 0.73. I'll do it. I'll do exactly that.
I'm just going to go with a 0.73.
What do we do now?
I don't know. What does that mean? This is a first for Crankworx here.
Bunny hop off.
I don't even know. Are we going to have to get another check made up? Are we going to have to get another medal made up?
A true tie.
I'm stumped. The graphic says gold, gold. That is an automatic preset. Does that mean they both get gold, or are we going to have to have a one lap? Look at this here. So ACC out to the advantage and just rails that corner with perfection. You can tell Annika, not her strong side, going to that right corner.
Exactly the same, down to the 100th of a second. Look at how much time can be changed by any one of those rollers, any one of those corners, and they had the same exact time differential, both rounds.
Full, complete tie.
We're gonna have to flip through the rule book. Tristan, do you got a rule book for pump track?
I know, we're gonna have to bust out the Crankworx rule book here. This is a first, I haven't seen this.
I don't think they make rules for things that are so unlikely. I'm pretty sure it's either a bunny hop contest or rock, paper, scissors. I'm pretty sure that's what the old rule book used to say.
What does the new rule book say? Maybe a Rochambeau? Or
oh, the new revision of the rule book, it's still printing.
Okay, it's on the printer right now. You folks are gonna have to stick with us here. As soon as we know exactly what the ruling is on this, I mean, I just wouldn't think that you can give out 2 gold medals. Maybe there's a discussion. Because it's never happened, they got to figure out exactly what it is.
A bunny hop contest, right? Come on, a bunny hop contest.
So our ladies hanging out there, all smiles from Annika Breton. ACC, again, a very serious competitor. You know she doesn't want to win. It doesn't want to lose.
Well,
she's won everything in the
that's
game.
For sure. Man, I think both of them are going, are we going to have to re-rack this and do 2 more rounds? Because, I mean, that would make sense. That would be, if this was a science, that would be the way to determine who actually is the winner of this thing, is just do a full nother bracket.
A best of 3? Is that what you're saying? A best of 3 run here for our ladies. They've done 2. They're completely tied. It needs to be 1 more lap for them.
No way. They'd have to both do 2 more.
We'll have to see there. I mean, Annika's got the guns out. Maybe an arm wrestle. Something tells me, though, ACC is no stranger.
A smile off. I think they're having a smile off.
They are 2 very nice ladies. You're good to chat to. They've always got something to say. They're just hanging out, trying to figure out what's going on here. All smiles. But, you know, they're competitors. They want the win. You don't want to share a gold medal.
No, I would vote for, you know, bracket them back up and just keep this thing rolling.
You know, Cam, I'm wondering if it is right now.
For 1,000th of a second now.
They're talking about it.
Our computers only show to the 100th of a second, but the advancement in the back to the 1,000th. Trying to overhear what's going on.
And Caroline just raised her arms in the air.
It's looking like it's official by .01. .01. And Caroline Chasson is your gold medalist. All right, well, let's send it down to Tina with our gold medalist right there, ACC.
Well, it was an extremely tight battle, as we saw. ACC, how was it for you out there on that course?
It's really strange because, you know, on the left side it's slower than the right side, and it's really hard to know, so you just try to go as fast as possible anyway. So, I mean, it could have been inverse.
Yeah, and you and Annika were up here looking at each other, wondering exactly who won. What was going through your mind at that time?
I'm happy to be here. I was already happy to be in final. The first race for me, first pump track race. So second place behind Annika, who is a great champion. It was great for me. So.
Well, a huge congratulations. What a race, guys.
Well, thank you very much, Tina. There we go, another slow motion. It all comes down to 1,000ths of a second, Cam. It all comes down to those little things.
That's amazing. So on our screen, we saw the scores, the times come in to the 100th of a second, but the timing, actually, if you go and dig a little bit deeper, you can see to the 1,000th of a second, so they had to consult the timers, and Caroline Chasson came out ahead.
We don't normally need to go to the 1,000th of a second, but we may have to change that going forward from here. So that is just another medal on her trophy. ACC just having, she must have the biggest trophy closet out there, but now it is all about our men, and it is all about who is walking away with gold, silver, and bronze. It is all still up for grabs here. Aiden Laurent, though, he has the lead over Jus Wickman. But here is our bronze medal match. They are up there, they are stacked, they are locked, loaded, ready to rumble. Whatever you want to call it, they need to make it happen. Cheney, 1.02 down, Thomas Lemoyne. No mistakes, no problem, Cam?
It would be tough to bet against Thomas Lemoyne at this point. He's been looking so good all day in both the events that he's competed in. And he's got a 1 second advantage at this time, still looking strong. Man, my money's on Thomas Lemoyne still.
Well, that is an easy one. He's coming down that final stretch there. Cheney putting in a charge at the end.
Bingo, Thomas Lemoyne walking away with a medal here.
All his hard work not going undone here today. Congratulations, Thomas Lemoyne. You are our bronze medalist, and you are doing France proud here in our pump track small finals.
Thomas Lemoyne off to a great start this week. He's going to be competing in slopestyle tomorrow, and you know, Yus was talking about momentum. Thomas Lemoyne will be carrying that momentum in tomorrow's big show.
Well, let's go down to our bronze medalist, and she is down there with Tina right now.
Yeah, and Tomas, I saw you after your race against Adrian when you did not move on, and you looked extremely disappointed. How much did that fire you up going into that small final?
I was like, I would like to go to the finals, and he's my friend, so I'm pretty stoked for him, and I really would like to be on the podium with him. So I'm happy that I'm for sure will be on the podium with my friend. So that's cool.
Well, yeah. So you're putting your bet on Adrian right now.
Yeah, it's my friend, and we live like close each other, and we ride together sometimes. So yeah, I'm for Adrian.
Well, for now, enjoy that third place spot, and guys, let's get to the race.
Thank you very much, Tina. Well, Cam, it is all about the gold medal now, and it is all about our men's final. We got Yus Wickman, we got Adrian Leroux also in the game. So, hey, whoa, another confirmed smile, another confirmed smile.
Oh, it might have just been a
facial twitch,
yeah,
a little sneeze or something like that, a little tremor.
Facial tremor brought on by nerves.
But here we go, your pump track final for your men's. Yus Wickman, he is down by 1.50.
Look at the
Adrian
aerodynamic tuck.
He's got the tuck. France versus the Netherlands. Who is gonna take it? It is all on the table right now. And the fans are going wild, Cam. The fans, I wish all of you at home could just feel the ambient, like just how crazy it is going here. And the jump, it is off. This is your final, man.
Adrian Leroux, don't make a mistake now. You've been managed to go all day without a mistake. Now would be the worst time. So hold it together. You got a 1.5 on Yus Wickman. The crowd is going nuts. They're so behind their French guy there.
Then the final isn't enough though, 0.52, and it is not enough.
Oh.
Your gold medalist here in Les Deux Alpes, Adrian Leroux. Yus Wickman walking away with the silver on that.
The crowd carried him through. We saw in that piece from Rotorua, Yus saying it was really tough going against a Kiwi down there in Rotorua, going against a Frenchie here. Adrian Leroux just had the crowd behind him. It gives you that extra squirt of adrenaline, and boom, he's your gold medalist.
That is all you need. The local crowd cheering on the local French rider. We saw him earlier on today in DS&S. We see him in the Pump Track Challenge here tonight. Let's get a slow-mo. Let's break it down. Yus had the lead right there. Had the lead, but look at him. Adrian just railing that berm.
He did everything he needed to do. Yus went faster than Adrian Leroux on that lap, but it wasn't enough. He was 1.5 in the first round, and despite winning and doing all in his power to try to get on the top step of that podium again, Adrian Leroux and his efficiency and consistency was just too much for Yus Wickman.
Yeah, not wasting any energy on that. And let's not waste any more of our time. Let's go down with Tina and our gold medalist.
Adrian, you told me earlier, yep, I want to win this. Well, you just did. How do you put into words this win?
I don't know. I think I wanted it so hard, so bad, and I was lucky too. Joe did a mistake, and it's part of the game. I'm so happy to win again here.
I mean, you were riding strong all day, not only in pump track, but you won. You got third place. You finished on the podium earlier in DS&S. So how do you sum up today for you?
It was pretty exhausted because I didn't training on this one because of the podium, and it was I don't know, maybe 50 laps today, and it's why I have a really good coach, and he helped me a lot to can do this.
Well, congratulations, 2 podiums, and one of them's a win.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just would like to say a big thanks to all my friends and all my family who pushed me so hard all year long. Thanks.
Well, yeah, and winning here in France, no less, guys.
Thank you very much, Tina. And again, congrats to Adrien Laurent, your gold medalist and two-time winner here in Les des Alpes. What a day, what an event. You know he's ready to chill out. 2 events here today, and he has put on one heck of a show for a gold medal. Well, we've got the tarp off in the background. Bernard Kerr there, taking the tarp off, showing some skin. What a day of events. And it's only day number 2 at Crankworx here, Cam. We still got lots more, and tomorrow is the big show. It is your Les des Alpes slopestyle.
I can't wait for that. I'm watching these guys practice on the course today. They're on another level. This course is so long. A dozen hits, all of them trickable, all of them a little bit difficult to trick, but everybody's pushing through, and I can't wait to see what runs get choreographed tomorrow.
It is anybody's show for that. Again, look at your times there. Make sure you guys are getting up at the right time. I'd say New Zealand drew the short end of the straw on the time zone change there, 2:30 a.m. a day ahead. But again, what an amazing event. Congratulations to all of our winners and our gold medalists here. It is wrapped up an amazing first day of webcast. For us here at Crankworx, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Tristan Merrick, Cam McCall. We really can't wait to see you tomorrow, so make sure you tune back in. Crankworx.com. That is where all the action will be happening on Saturday.